Raise your hand if you've ever struggled with money management. Yeah, me too. My family was struggling with money. My dad was a blue-collar worker, sole paycheck earner of a family of 5. We had one old car, and my mom would take my dad to work, so she would be able to take the car back home and take us to school. My mom said to us, we may be poor, but we don't have to look poor. So she had our faces cleaned before we went out. We got our clothes washed, and we went out in our old car, but we looked presentable. My mom was a master at the grocery store. In the vegetable and fruit department, where you usually just pick stuff and put it in your basket, right? Little baggie around it. No, my mom was measuring every single product in the measuring tray. And she knew exactly how much money she was spending on fruits and vegetables. And then she would go into the grocery aisle and look at products like canned vegetables, canned fruit, canned meat. And what she would do is she would make it a fun for us kids to find the best deal. So we were comparing prices on the grocery store aisle. And I thought this was normal. Apparently it's not. Apparently people aren't looking at prices, but we did. And another thing I didn't really know, my family's holy grail was math. I should have known, Mom at the grocery store. My math teacher, with her dark hair, big rim glasses, black dress, and a constant frown, I was really intimidated by her. And math, I didn't really understand it. I didn't know why it was important. I should have known, but I didn't even know. So 9 weeks later, I get my report card and I'm getting a F in math. I had to bring that report card to my dad, and he was just so upset. And I was thinking, why would you be so upset because I'm failing math? But that's what math was, the way that they save money. It was their management style and their financial plan. But I remember when my teacher gave me the report card and I could see her anger in her face, and I'm sitting at my desk and the desk is shaking and my knees are bumping against the desk because I was so afraid to see what the results of that test were and the report card. So my dad had an idea. He was going to test me on my math packets. He said I had to do 1 a night because I was failing. And I said, Dad, do you realize 1 math packet is 100 math problems? And there's no calculator. You have to do it all manually. Multiple digits times multiple digits. So every night I would be out there studying these math packets and doing 1 packet a night. I remember coming home from school, doing that all the way till like 8 or 9 at night. My sister, she got to go outside and do the poop patrol duty. I really wanted to do that rather than study those boring math problems. I said to my dad, Dad, can't I just go out and poop patrol? I really don't want to do my math problems. That's how much I hated math. But with my dad's help, I excelled in math, and I was able to graduate and go to college in business, which requires a lot of math, and graduate with my MBA in finance. So who knew I'd be a financial analyst? So if we're not good at math, And we're not like I wasn't. And you can't tie math and finance together. So what do? If you're not good in math and you can't put it together and tie it to finance, you ask for help. And you don't have to ask for help, but what happens? Your budgets fall apart, your checking account doesn't balance, you get credit card debt, everything just kind of tumbles and happens, and pretty soon you're in the red because you don't figure out that math and finance are tied together, that knowing your numbers helps you actually improve your well-being. And most people don't understand money. They know how to earn it, but they don't know how to keep it. It's not about how much you make, it's really about how much you keep. It's that money that you have in savings for emergencies, that you have money so you can take trips, and it's nice to have money in the bank. And how do you do that? You find ways to save money every day. And I always think back to my mom and her shopping trip and the things that she would do even at the regular grocery store and the shopping mall. My mom ended up studying and becoming a nurse. When she was a nurse, she started making more money. So then we would go to Mervyn's, but she'd still be comparing prices. Like, I thought, is this a better deal? Is this on sale? Is this not? So it worked out great. Now I want to talk numbers. Let's enter the debt Olympics. Total household debt, 18.8 trillion. Credit card debt, 1.28 trillion. Apparently we're all collecting points for the most creative ways to owe money contest. So I wrote a book, Math Hack Secrets Level Up to Keep More of Your Money. Many people didn't experience what I experienced. They didn't know and they kind of fell behind. So with these problems I solved, in my experience, even as a realtor, people wanted to buy a house, but they hadn't saved up the down payment. So they were kind of stuck. They were really excited to buy, but they couldn't afford to buy because they didn't have the money, because they didn't know to save a little bit each time and find ways to save money on everyday purchases. Anyway, for your financial dream is possible. You don't need a dad or an MBA. But I can help in guiding you through this financial journey. We take the first step with me and work on and develop your financial journey. Thank you.